White lion versus black lion, the clash of myth and muscle. The awakening, when light battles shadow. Deep in the golden heart of Africa, where the horizon blurs between fire and dust, a legend is about to awaken. This isn't your average lion brawl. This is a clash ripped from ancient myth, where two beasts, born of the same bloodline but shaped by opposite destinies, are destined to collide. In the east, emerging like a ghost at dawn, walks the white lion. He is beauty and fury in one body. His coat gleams like moonlight spilled across the savannah. Sacred in some cultures, feared in others, he's more than an animal, he's a living symbol. A phantom prince of the wild, and when he moves, the wind seems to stop and listen. But where there is light, there is shadow. From the thickets, silent and slow, comes the black lion, rare beyond belief. Massive, muscular, with a mane dark as obsidian and eyes that hold no warmth. He doesn't walk, he stalks. He's not here for glory. He's here to remind the world that power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it waits, and then it destroys. These two lions aren't fighting for food. They're not battling over territory. This is something deeper. A primeval force calling them toward each other. One draped in light, one cloaked in darkness. What happens when purity faces power, when brilliance dares to challenge brutality? This isn't just a fight, it's a reckoning. And only one king will rise. Size, stats, and stature, the anatomy of kings. Before they clash, let's step back and study the warriors, not as myth, but as muscle, instinct, and evolution. The white lion, despite his almost divine appearance, is no delicate creature. This isn't a fairytale prince, it's a predator wrapped in ivory. Weighing in at up to 500 pounds, he moves with a deceptive elegance. His coat, white as sun-bleached bone, may seem like a disadvantage in the hunt, standing out against the golden grasses of the savannah. But what he lacks in camouflage, he makes up for in boldness and brains. Years of being seen have forced him to evolve differently. He doesn't hide, he calculates, he strikes fast. And when he does, it's surgical. Behind that angelic mask is an apex killer who's had to fight harder, smarter, and faster just to survive. Now shift your gaze to the black lion. He is the embodiment of dread, the kind of presence that silences a watering hole. His mane, dark as thunderclouds, wraps around a frame that's massive and battle-hardened. While exact records of black lions are rare, and often whispered in legend, melanistic lions can occur, and when they do, they're unforgettable. His fur is not just dark, it absorbs light, shadowing his muscles, amplifying his mystique. He walks like he owns time itself. His size is formidable, pushing 550 pounds, shoulders built like tree trunks, and paws that leave craters in the dust. Unlike his pale counterpart, the black lion doesn't adjust to danger, he is the danger. His very presence dominates. Many fights end before they begin, simply because no one dares to start them. So who has the edge? On one side, lightweight precision, speed, and mental adaptability. On the other, raw intimidation, brute strength, and psychological dominance. But make no mistake, they're both killers, both kings. And only one will walk away wearing the crown. Up next, we'll break down how these two titans actually fight. One is a storm, the other, a blade in the dark. Let the tactics unfold. Fighting style, flash versus fury. Alright, it's game time. We've seen their stats, we've felt their presence. But how do these kings actually fight? Let's start with the white lion. He's not just fast, he's calculated chaos. Think of him like a flash of lightning before a storm, beautiful, brilliant, and absolutely lethal. Years of standing out in the open savannah have shaped his fighting style into something more like a fencer than a brawler. He uses his speed like a scalpel. Quick bursts, precision angles, hit, dodge, and reposition. He doesn't waste energy, every strike is planned like a chess move. And his greatest weapon, unpredictability. I once watched a white lion bring down a zebra from behind a termite mound, sprinting at an angle no one expected. He was a ghost with teeth there one moment, gone the next. Now shift your eyes to the black lion. He fights like a freight train with claws. No fancy footwork, no feints, just raw domination. If he engages, he's not planning to back off. His hits don't just hurt, they break bones. His roar doesn't just intimidate, it freezes blood. You can think of him like a living siege engine. When he charges, he's all in. No room for subtlety. He'll tank a hit to land one of his own, and most of the time, one is all it takes. But don't mistake him for a mindless brawler. The Black Lion is a tactician of terror. He uses psychological warfare, slow approaches, intimidation stares, circle wide, narrow, wait, then explode. So when these two face off, it's like watching lightning clash with a landslide. Will the White Lion's finesse outpace the fury? Or will the Black Lion absorb the blows, then crush the storm underfoot? The answer lies in how they adapt when the battle begins. Because in nature, it's not just strength or speed that wins, it's the one who reads the moment first. Coming up next, habitat advantage. Because where the battle happens could change everything. Habitat advantage, arena of the wild. You can't talk about a battle without talking about the battlefield. Because even the fiercest warrior can lose if the ground beneath his paws works against him. Let's start with the White Lion's arena, the open plains of South Africa. Sun-scorched savannas, tall golden grass swaying like waves. Visibility is everything. Ambush points are few. Out here, survival favors those who move fast and think faster. The White Lion thrives in this setting. His pale coat may stand out, but it's also a psychological weapon. Prey spots him early, panics early. That early panic leads to sloppy decisions, and that's when he strikes. He's adapted to cover long distances quickly, using speed and terrain memory to close gaps. The wide open land is his chessboard, and he's already 5 moves ahead. Now let's enter the domain of the Black Lion, dense, shadowy scrublands, maybe even the misty highlands if we follow folklore. In this world, shadows dance across his dark mane. Trees block line of sight. The air is thicker, the ground uneven. It's not a racetrack, it's a trap. Here, the Black Lion becomes the storm in the dark. He blends in, waits, watches, and when he moves, it's not with speed, it's with weight and silence. One wrong step by his opponent, and he turns a forest path into a war zone. And now the big question, where would they fight? Drop the White Lion into Black Lion territory, and he loses his visibility edge. His coat flashes like a beacon, his speed is neutralized by thick underbrush and poor footing. But reverse it, put the Black Lion on the open plains. Suddenly, he's a moving shadow in the wrong light. His patience becomes a weakness, his ambushes are harder to hide. The terrain becomes the third fighter, it tilts the scales, alters instincts, tests adaptability. So if these two kings collide, it's not just strength versus strategy. It's also home field versus foreign soil. And sometimes, the one who knows how to bend the terrain to his will. That's the lion who lives to roar another day. Next up, final showdown, the clash of kings. All roads lead to this, the final clash when legends collide. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. 2 kings, 1 crown, a battlefield where sunlight fades into shadow and thunder rolls like an omen. The White Lion and the Black Lion are face to face, muscles coiled, eyes locked, every nerve primed for a fight that has no second round. No escape, no pride, just instinct and power. The White Lion circles first, smooth, calculated, like a ghost dancing in daylight. His eyes are sharp, his paws barely stir the dust. He's waiting for an opening, reading the terrain, measuring the breath of his opponent like a master swordsman sizing up a rival. The Black Lion, he doesn't circle, he stands. Like a mountain that refuses to move. Shoulders like boulders, claws flexed, he watches. No fear, no hesitation. Just a rumbling growl that seems to rise from the earth itself. And then, with the crack of tension snapping in the air, it begins. The White Lion darts in, fast as lightning, aiming for the flank. A swipe, a dodge, a second strike, but the Black Lion doesn't flinch. He turns, absorbs the hit with a shoulder built like armor, then counterattacks with a roar so deep it shakes the birds from the trees. The clash is brutal, not flashy, real. Dust fills the air, blood marks the ground. It's not choreography, it's chaos. The White Lion lands more hits. He's faster, smarter, a tactician using terrain and timing. But every time the Black Lion strikes, it's a shockwave. One blow nearly topples the White Lion, another scrapes his side, tearing fur and pride alike. And then silence. Both lions freeze, breathing heavy. Blood mixes with sweat. They're equals now, not in size or strategy, but in will. Neither wants to give in. Neither wants to die, but there can only be one ruler of this wild kingdom. So who wins? That depends on where the story ends. In a fight of pure force, the black lion's fury reigns. In a match of mind and motion, the white lion finds his opening. But in nature, the real winner is not always the one who strikes hardest. It's the one who knows when to walk away. Because true kings don't just fight to dominate, they fight to survive. So maybe, just maybe, the jungle doesn't need one victor. Maybe it's enough that both live to tell the tale. 2 lions, 2 legends, and one story passed down in roars, scars, and echoes.